Really hoping that's the end of it, because if this year gets any worse, I simply do not know how my brain is going to handle that. So my loves, welcome back to the channel, or welcome back to a brand new video. In today's video we are going to be doing a very deep and honest Q&A. It's kind of like therapy for me, I guess, just sitting and talking and getting everything off my chest. There's a lot to update you on as well, a lot of changes in the life, some good, some bad, we'll get to that. Yeah, I just felt like sitting down and talking. You've seen a lot of vlogs recently. That was over a month ago as well, so I feel like I need to catch you up on what my life has been like recently. I basically just asked you guys on Instagram, if you don't follow me, definitely check it out. And you delivered. Kind of ruined my hair, guys. I just want change. And I have a lot of big changes coming up, so I don't really know why I did this. But I thought, fuck it, let's just try and change my hair again. And yeah, I left the dye on for too long and it went purple. But hopefully after the next wash, it'll be silver-ish. Also, addressing the elephant in the room, I have a new camera. I want your opinions. What do you think? Better quality? Better microphone sound? Do you prefer the old one? So this is the Sony VZ1. I haven't got any attachments to it or anything yet, but just want to know your guys' opinions. Do you prefer it? Let's see throughout the video, and leave me a comment down below, because if you don't, definitely changing it back. First question to start off is, will you be in Friends Without Benefits if it was to happen again? So for those of you that don't know, I used to have a podcast with my two best friends, Byron and Anna, and at the time it was called Entirely Accurate, and then some management reasons I did end up leaving. I basically, because I wanted to leave my management, I wasn't allowed to do the podcast with them anymore, so I left. It was on my own accord, there was no hard feelings. My mental health at the time also wasn't the best, so I just didn't feel like I could commit, and they wanted to carry it on, so then they switched it to Friends Without Benefits. But no, I don't think I will be going back to it. I feel like that chapter's ended. Of course, we'll still do content together, and I would happily be a guest on their podcast if they wanted me to, but I feel like that ship has sailed. And absolutely no offense to them both, because I do love their podcast. I did listen to the first season when it aired, but I feel like I just need to do my own thing down the podcast route, maybe in the future. Not saying anything. How many siblings do you have? So a lot of you are quite confused about this. I don't know if I've actually ever addressed this on YouTube, but I do have 3 siblings. I have 2 older brothers. Do not ask me their age, because I don't know the answer to that. I'm pretty sure my oldest brother is 29 next year. My other brother, I generally don't know. I have a feeling it's like 26, 27. He's gonna hate me for saying that he's probably older than he actually is. But then I also have a younger sister. She is 11. Oh my gosh, she's 12 tomorrow. She turns 12 tomorrow. How cute. Her birthday is the 28th of May. A very special day. 28 is my lucky number, as my birthday is also the 28th of July though. Definitely about a month. Sorry about that, Kate. And she's actually my half sister, but I just class her as my full sister, because what's the point in adding the half in there? She's pretty much just my sister. And we don't have the same dad. So my stepdad is her father, and obviously I have a different dad to her, and we share the same mum. What makes you the happiest? On the topic, my family, definitely. I am such a family orientated person, and I have been since I came out the womb. I feel like family is just so important, and they're kind of just like my retreat. If I ever am feeling stressed, or if I'm upset, or if I just need some downtime, I will always turn to my family. My brother lives in Manchester with me, so I do have him quite close to me that I can just always go to. We do definitely rely on each other for emotional support, which is always good, especially with the year that we've had. But the rest of my family live about 2.5 hours away. My little sister and my mum and my stepdad actually do live a lot closer. So yeah, I wish that we were all in a closer proximity. But hopefully when I learn to drive this year, I'll be able to get down there quicker, and it'll just be more convenient. Are you going to Summer in the City 2022? Have been invited, but I'm just curious, because I don't know if my audience are of the age still where they want to go to events and want to meet YouTubers and people that they follow on Instagram. What do you guys think? If you want me there, I'll definitely go, but I also don't want to like go and waste everyone's time if there's literally nobody there. If you want me there, I'll definitely go. If you don't want me there, I'll just sit at home. What did you graduate from when you graduated? Funny story, I've not actually graduated yet. I did finish my course. I did technically graduate. So I got a 2-1 from my hair and makeup for fashion course. I studied at UAL. This is where I met Byron and Freya. Well, I kind of met Byron before, but anyway. And basically I finished the course, but when the applications opened for graduation, it was when my nan had just passed, and I really wasn't thinking about anything else. Like, you just don't, you kind of just get in your own little world. So I didn't apply to graduate because I thought, I'm not gonna go because my nan's not gonna be there to watch me like walk across the stage and get my little certificate. So I kind of pushed it off. Byron and Freya said to me a few months later, look, we really want you there. Byron had 2 free tickets, so me and Anna took those. I did try to get in contact with the university and explain obviously that I had like extenuating circumstances, that I wasn't in the right frame of mind because of like grievance, but they didn't get back to me. It is quite a big university, so I'm not surprised that they didn't respond. I do wish I could have walked with my friends though. However, I did graduate. I know that I completed the course. I have my certificate like in the post. So I'm just glad that I got to go and have photos with my friends, share the memories. This one is probably my most asked question and I'm just gonna address it super quick. So it's what happened with me and my ex. I don't think I will ever speak about this online. I don't think I'll ever go into detail about it all. I'm still super close with his sister Gemma. She's literally my best friend and I want to keep it that way. So yeah, I'll probably never speak about it. I just want to heal in my own time. We've both got separate lives. Hopefully it will continue to be that way. Do you miss living at home? I mainly only miss it because of my granddad. I literally miss him so much. I'm seeing him on Monday though, which I'm really happy about. And I wish I could go home more. I just can't because of obviously like work schedule and just life takes a hold of you anyway. I wish he lived closer to me. This is another reason why I want to drive, because I would love to just be able to drive to him. It's only about 2.5 hours. I'd love to just go whenever. Yeah, I really miss my family. Part of me does wish that I lived at home obviously for the past few years and didn't move to Manchester, because it meant that I would have been able to spend more time with my nan. However, that is life and I don't regret anything. I've had such an incredible life in Manchester. I've still been able to see my grandparents as much as I possibly could. The only reason that I miss home so much is because of my granddad, and it would have been my nan as well. How are you feeling mental health wise? Linking on to what we were just talking about, for those of you that are new here, I lost my nan in January. She was literally my best friend. And I don't know if a lot of you also know this if you don't follow me on Instagram, but yesterday I also lost my childhood dog. So it has been a very rough 6 months. I also went through a breakup which just absolutely destroyed me mentally. It's been a bit of a rough year. 2022 has not been the best. Weirdly, I feel okay. I feel good. Like I feel motivated to work. It's kind of similar as to when my nan first passed. I just wanted to jump straight into work and I wanted to surround myself with people and be consistently busy. And then it kind of died down a bit and I started to really struggle. I think everything kind of just hit me a little bit then. But now that it's coming into summer, everything's picking back up. I'm going on holidays and I'm seeing my friends more. I've opened up about some of the stuff that has happened to me in the past couple of months and even last year to my friends and my family, and it's kind of just allowed me to heal better. Talking to people definitely helps. I kept so much to myself for a whole year. I didn't tell a soul and I pushed myself away from everyone. Once that was all over and I finally told my truth to my friends and I like reached out to them and I said like look, this is kind of what's been going on and why I haven't really been with you guys, it just felt so much better. It was such a weight off my shoulders. Now that everything's out there and the people that need to know and people in my support system are being supportive, I feel like I'm healing. That is the best way to explain it, I guess. I am still devastated about every single life event in my life in the past 6 months. It's been pretty crazy. I feel like I'm coping in a good way. I obviously have my moments. Please do not think this is me sugarcoating grief and being like, I'm coping so well. I just think that, not to toot my own horn, I just think I'm being so strong. Grieving is so linear. Like nobody's experience with grief is ever the same. And in the same respect, I feel like I'm grieving 3 things at this moment in time. So apparently bad things come in 3s, which I'm hoping will be the end of it. But obviously I was grieving my nan, then I was grieving a relationship, and now I'm grieving my little dog Rusty. And he's been with me since I was 8 years old, so he has really seen me through all of the good and the bad. He was 16, bless him. Like, well, he would have been 16 and remember the 4th of November? Yeah. His birthday was the 4th, so we always change the remember the 5th of November to his birthday. Yeah, it's a lot to deal with. But I feel like I'm being really strong and I'm coping quite well to say that everything's that's been going on. I was gonna reach out for medical help. I was going to go on medication. A lot of you that have followed me for a long time know that I've had anxiety since the dawn of day, ever since my parents divorced, pretty much, when I was younger. Last year it got really bad, and I was planning on going to the doctors. I just could never get an appointment with them, and I kept saying to myself, like, no, I don't need to do it, no, I can do it on my own, no, I don't need tablets, which I feel like a lot of people go through in their head. It's definitely a constant battle of, oh, I don't want to give in to medication, but it isn't giving in. But I just think if you have made the leap to take medication and made the leap to get a doctor's appointment, I am so fucking proud of you, because it's the one thing that I cannot do. Every time that I see that there's an appointment on the website, I just stare at it, and I just can't bring myself to do it. I can't bring myself to talk to my doctor about how I feel. I'm scared of being like shunned away, or them saying that there's nothing wrong with me. My doctor is aware that I have anxiety, but they've never seen to medicate it because I had it so young. Obviously they didn't want to give a child medications. That's completely fair enough. I also have been trying to look into getting a therapist, but I'm also just scared to take the leap for that as well. I'm pretty sure I mentioned this in the last Q&A when I spoke about grief. I have so many things to go to a therapist about, and it would really help me. The main thing that I'm scared about is having to relive the trauma with a therapist, and then I realise they're not for me. Having to end that session with the person, getting a new therapist, and reliving my trauma over and over again. I feel like I'm at a good stage where I've suppressed the trauma so well. Not that I don't think about it, but I'm just coping with it okay at the minute. So I feel like I've suppressed it enough, and cope is the word that I was looking for, that I don't want to like cut open all my wounds and sit and talk to a therapist and relive all the trauma that I've been through in the past 2 years. So, do you know what I mean? It's a bit of a struggle. It's a bit of a struggle. Mental health wise though, to relate back to the question, I'm pretty all over the place. I have some incredible days where I'm really motivated and I get loads of work done, and you guys see all the contents of that work, and then other days I can't get out of bed. And it'll be like that for weeks on end. I'll see my friends in between because I just heavily rely on them. What artist or album reminds you of your childhood? That's such a good question. The Beatles, because my granddad is like the Beatles' biggest fan. He used to have a lot of memorabilia in the garage when we were younger. Literally figurines, loads of CDs, everything possibly imaginable. He used to sing it to us when we were younger as little babies and toddlers. Every time I got in the car, he would have the Beatles CD playing. So the Beatles, 1,000,000%, I love them so much. If I ever need comfort, I always just put the Beatles on. And he still listens to it this day, and we still go on little car journeys together. What is something that you've never shared on the internet? Well, something I've never shared on the internet, really. I actually do think there's quite a lot I've kept secret. A lot of you guys think I'm like an open book, which I do agree. I have always been a very open and honest person with my channel. I've found through years of experience with that, you feel like more of a relation to me when I open up about certain things, because some of you guys could be going through it as well. And I do like to keep that factor about myself because I feel like it's good to be open. I used to love watching people open up about stuff when I was younger because it just made me feel normal. It made me feel like what I was going through wasn't so bizarre, or that it kind of clarified my feelings and made me feel better about myself. So a lot of the stuff I like to share, especially with the grieving. Grieving is strange to convey on social media because weirdly, people find comfort in the fact that you're also going through something similar that could be negative. A lot of you guys have said to me that you like when I talk about my bad days and when grief is really hitting me. Not that you like it, you more find comfort in it because as much as you don't want somebody else to be going through it, you find comfort in the fact that you're not alone, and yeah, your feelings are valid, really. I do like to share as much as possible. However, there is a lot of stuff that I keep offline that no one will ever know, and I don't fancy sitting here and telling you it either. I guess that answers the question. Whatever I keep offline, I keep offline. I'm just gonna answer this last one about grieving because I do want to help some people and maybe you guys can help me. So it says tips on how to deal with loss or grieving. So one of my friends told me, I think it was Josh, can't quite remember. He has told me that whenever I feel like I'm missing my nan and I just want to talk to her, basically, I need to write it down. So I don't do it on my phone because I feel like it doesn't feel the same. It doesn't feel like I'm getting everything off my mind compared to when I write it down on a piece of paper. when I'm physically writing it just feels like I'm letting all my emotions out. I'm getting the weight off my shoulders. I'm just letting myself kind of breathe. So I have wrote letters to my nan in the past couple of months if there's anything where I really want to tell her, and obviously I know she'll be listening, duh. I know that she'll be watching down on me, but I feel like writing it on a piece of paper, it's kind of as if they're like standing over your shoulder reading it while you're doing it. I don't really understand what it is about it, but I find it really helpful, especially on the days where I miss her so much and I just wish I could just call her. So writing letters to your past loved ones is definitely a thing I would recommend. Another thing is, if you're having a hard day where you can't think about anything but the loss of your loved one, I would kind of submerge yourself in that. I would go through photos, letters, videos, anything you have, play songs that remind you of them, really kind of soak in the sadness and let yourself cry. I did this the other day, I posted it on my story. A lot of you guys responded to it and just said the sweetest things, so thank you so much. The other day I was having a really bad day, consumed with grief. I couldn't do anything without bursting out crying, and I thought, why am I trying to get through this day? Why don't I just let myself not kind of grovel in it, but just accept the fact that I'm upset and let all my emotions out? So I went back and looked at videos. I got out loads of memories from under my bed, like I have little notes and cards from my nan, and I just sat there and looked through it all and just cried my absolute eyes out to the point that I could not breathe. Like, it was such a painful cry. It kind of felt exactly how it was when I first found out about everything, and when I first found out that she was sick. And it was kind of weird reliving it, but after it I felt so much better. I felt like my head wasn't so heavy. I didn't have headache anymore because I guess I just let out all the stress of what was piling up in my brain. And then I went and met a friend who basically just distracted me from how I was feeling. We went for food with her and her mum. They're my old friends. She was my best friend growing up, so it was really nice to also have like a connection of somebody that knew my nan so well. Obviously her mum knew my nan as well, and we just like reminisced. It was really nice. So maybe surrounding yourself with people who also knew the person helps as well, because instead of feeling sad about it, you kind of just turn it into a happy situation where you look back and just feel blessed at the fact that you even got to share so many memories with the person. I'm actually so shocked that I haven't cried throughout this video. Like, I'm feeling really strong today, which is so good. I'm glad I decided to film this today because I didn't want this to be like a pity me video. You know, I kind of just wanted to update you with what's going on without asking for sympathy. The next thing is, what is something you would like to achieve by the end of the year? Just get through it, really. As long as I'm happy and alive by the end of the year, that is all I can ask for. I want to get through this year without any more tragedies. I have always wished for health, success and happiness for myself, my friends and my family. So I'm just going to continue the same wish. Hopefully, as I said, bad things come in threes. Really hoping that's the end of it, because if this year gets any worse, I simply do not know how my brain is going to handle that. We're strong. Somebody said to me, actually, Byron and another person, you said how you can see that I'm so strong because my nan lives through me, which just makes me so happy. The strength that my nan has, she was such an incredible woman. She really was the strongest person I've ever known. I had no idea half the battles that my family faced because my nan could just hide it so well. If ever she was struggling with something and she couldn't find an outcome, she would always keep it to herself and just discuss with my granddad, and they would work it out together. They were the strongest couple. Do you know what? I'm still gonna say they're the strongest couple because my granddad does still confide in her, and he still gets his wisdom and his strength from her, even though she has passed on. And I feel like that's the same with me. I do everything that I can each day. I wake up and I'm like, right, I'm gonna make my nan proud today, because she always was proud of me when she was here. I just need to keep doing that, and that is where my strength comes from. It is my nan. It always has been my nan. My nan is literally my rock, and she will continue to do so, even from up above. But that was just like the nicest thing that anyone could ever say to you. The fact that somebody you love so much, who is your best friend, lives through you, and you have learned everything from them, and you were literally like, not a replica of them, but you are a part of them. Oh, it's just the nicest thing to hear. It's just like, yeah, I'm not gonna cry. I'm not gonna cry. But I thought that was so lovely. I just thought it was worth mentioning. So if I can continue to do that by the end of the year, then I'll be happy. Changing the subject completely, we have Did You Pay for Disney? And I have had a lot of comments in DMs about this. A lot of you thinking that Anna paid for me, which was a bit strange. I did pay for Disney completely myself, of course. I paid for my flights, I paid for my passes. The only thing I didn't have to pay for was a hotel because they already had it booked. So I literally was just sleeping in a bed next to Anna. I didn't have to pay for that, which was incredible, obviously. But if it was the case where I had to, of course I would have paid for my own room. Like, I'm not just gonna expect my friend to pay for everything. I'm gonna link these two questions together because they're kind of fitting, actually. Do you see yourself living in Manchester for the foreseeable future? And are you staying in your current apartment? So I have some exciting news, actually. I am not staying in my current apartment, which I'm kind of sad about, but kind of not. And I am staying in Manchester. I think I'll probably stay here for a few more years, and then who knows where I'll end up. I like change, so I'll probably go somewhere. However, I am moving out, and the main reason is because I want flatmates, guys. Linking back to the question earlier, I feel quite lonely, and I would just love to have company around me 24/7. I would love to have that dynamic back. Obviously, I used to live with Byron and also used to live with Byron and Freya for 3 years, so I miss it. Living alone has really not done me any favors, to be honest. I'm actually moving in with Gemma. I know some of you might be shocked at because it is my ex's sister, but we literally just have the best friendship. I love her so much. I definitely met her for a reason, and she has also been wanting to move out for quite a long time. Her boyfriend Reese will also be moving in with us, and then we also have Kyle. I'm sure you'll be seeing a lot of them on the channel. You guys will have seen them in one of my vlogs where we went to the Pokemon bar. I think it was called Pixel Bar, and we all went on a night out together, so you would have seen them all in that vlog. I don't think this could have come at a better time because I am starting to just kind of get bored of the fact that I live by myself. Like, I can deal with it for a little bit. My own company is all right for as long as I can tame it, but not for another year. I would not do another year by myself. So me and Byron were gonna move in together. That was a really good dynamic that we really wanted to have. However, he wasn't sure whether he wanted to move out of his apartment or whether like he just wants someone to move in. And I kind of needed a solid decision quite early on because I like to plan ahead and I like to know what I'm doing. I don't like leaving it last minute. So I said to him, look, you're not really fancying that and it's kind of just like a maybe. I'm gonna go ahead and have a look at my other options. And that's when Gemma called me. So Gemma said that her and Reese are really looking forward to moving out and they kind of want to do it soon. And I was like, well, my lease is up soon. How would you fancy moving in with me? So then we found the most beautiful place. We were looking for a 3-bed, and then our friend Kyle was like, kind of want to move out too, kind of want to move to Manny, it would be really fun to live with you guys. So we stick with the 3-bed. Obviously, Reese and Gemma as a couple, they're gonna have one room, I'll have my own room, and then Kyle will have his. The place that we're moving into is so beautiful. We've put the deposit down and everything, like I'm just so excited. It's unfurnished, so all of my furniture from here will be pretty much moving into there. And the next video that you see on my channel will be a moving in vlog, so I won't talk too much about that. I'll let Future Has divulge into that with you because I'm so excited. And no, I don't find it weird. I don't link her and my ex together even though they are siblings. Like, I just don't really think of it that way. I just see her as like one of my best friends. And if anything, I'm just so thankful that I still have that friendship. I just want to move now. I'm too excited. So I'm going to answer one last one, and it's going to be, how is your relationship with all of your friends now? Incredible. Incredible. I've not felt closer. Obviously, I've spoken about this before. Last year, I went through a really rough time, anxiety riddled, pushed all my friends away, didn't speak to them. Then we rekindled. We spoke about everything that happened. Not that there was ever a fallout. It was more just like I wasn't there anymore, wasn't in the group, bit of awkwardness. We were always still in contact and I did see them throughout the year, but it was just like a bit awkward. I definitely feel like everything has been squashed now. They completely understand why I was the way I was. And it's just all gone back to normal. There wasn't really anything to like make better, if that makes sense. There wasn't any drama. It was literally just making more effort to hang out with each other. And now, to be honest, I've never felt closer to them. I honestly could not ask for better friends because I know a lot of people in that situation probably would have just ditched their friend. They just probably would have pushed them away. I feel very grateful that I have such good friends. So that is it for now. I'm sure I'll do another one because there was so many more questions. If there is anything else that you guys want to know, either leave it below or head over to my Instagram and you can ask me when I do another Q&A. I feel like this will be the last deep Q&A for a while. I feel like we did answer a lot. But let me know down in the comments what you guys want to know. I'm definitely going to make the content more happy now, guys. Sorry about this really depressing video. But you know what? It's been good to talk. Thank you for being my therapist for the day. I hope maybe it was a bit of a therapy session for you too. Aside from that, groovy girls, I love you all so much, and I will see you in the next video.